I'd like to introduce our commission president, commissioner of the Recreation and Parks Commission, Sylvia Patsaurus, who's here. And of course, we have to give recognition to the Canoga Park, West Hills Chamber, and Valley Cultural Foundation, being represented by Joellen Ammann. And representing many men and women in blue today, Sergeant Amy Schneider from LAPD TOPANGA Division. So thank you. And then I would like to acknowledge all of the officers here, but certainly most important, Kristine Brown, who's here with her children. And I know her family and her parents are here, and Sean's dad is here. So this is a very special moment. So before we get started, it's now time for us to do the Pledge of Allegiance. So if we could rise, and I will lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance this morning. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before I introduce our first speaker, I just want to give you some context. My name is AP Diaz. I'm the Assistant General Manager of Recreation and Parks. And we manage all of the parks in this wonderful city of Angels, 450 parks that stretch from the very northern part of Los Angeles, right where we are today, all the way down to the south in San Pedro, and all of the areas out to the east and the west. We are a large city, but we're united by our parks, which are places of respite and recreation and calm from this hectic society that we live in. And a park is a special place, as you know. It's the neighborhood connection. It requires no special membership or status. It's welcome and accessible and open to everyone, including families and individuals that just need a moment of calm. And we are fortunate to have a naming policy that allows us from time to time to look at ways to honor people through the naming of parks. A lot of our parks are named, as this one was, because of the street name. So that is why this park was named, as others are. But when we can find a special connection to a community, and we go through a process, we can rededicate or dedicate a park in memory of outstanding individuals. So this will always now be the Sean Brown Park. I think that's exciting. Kristine was telling me that her daughter asked if they could have her birthday party at Daddy's Park. And that's awesome. But just think about that for a moment. There will be scores of individuals from today forward in the community who don't know Sean, but that will become part of their vernacular. Let's meet at Sean Brown Park tonight. Hey, do you want to have a party at Brown Park tonight? Hey, let's take a walk at Sean Brown Park tonight. So that name and that legacy is going to endure forever, and that's really special. So we're very park proud of that. And with that, I would like to introduce Councilmember John Lee, our council member from the 12th District.
Well, good morning, everyone. I think, first of all, everyone knows how special I feel and the honor I feel to be the council member of the district that I grew up in. I'm sure this park behind me, I'm sure after living here for 44 years, I've been to a birthday or two myself. But on the second hand, I think that everyone also knows how much I appreciate the job that the men and women of the LAPD do every day for us. When they put on that uniform and what they do to protect our city, I hope they know how much I appreciate it. And I'm always looking for opportunities to let them know and honor them. But in this case of naming the park after Sean, I've never got more of a public outpouring of people reaching out to my office saying, John, we have to do something. We have to do something to honor Sean. We have to do something to honor a man who was more than just a police officer, someone who really, in their words, went above and beyond. I was just talking to a neighbor that has lived in this area for 48 years, and they would say that, Sean would, this was part of his patrol area, but Sean would get out and he'd walk around and, what a special thing when you can go outside your house and you see a police officer and you actually know their name. That was the kind of relationship that Sean had with this community. And I think why, so many people, when we thought of naming this park, that we really didn't get opposition. We just got a lot of outpouring of support. And so we're so proud to actually be here today. Like I was saying, AP was saying it to Kristine and family. I think it's Colin, Kenzie, and Finley, if I'm right with the names, is that we hope that when you come here, that you understand and feel the love that this community had for your dad and for your husband. He was somebody that we all looked up to, somebody that we knew really cared about the people, and he not only had an impact on myself and the people here and this city, this council district, but really the entire city of Los Angeles. I think everybody, when they go on, they hope that they leave a mark, that they make a difference, and Officer Sean Brown really did that for so many people. And so we were happy to push this, and I'm so happy that we're actually here today to finally do the unveiling of this park in his honor. So thank you very much, and I appreciate all the community that really, really pushed hard for this, because it wasn't just me. It was so many people coming together, going, to the board, and to the board, thank you so much for ultimately, passing this. It is a true testament to the man he was, and I just want to thank everyone for their part in all of this. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember Lee. At this time, I'd like to introduce the President of the Recreation and Parks Commission, Sylvia Patsaurus.
Thank you, AP. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure for me to be here representing the Board of Commissioners on this very special occasion. We don't often have the opportunity to rename our parks, and we have meetings twice a month and look at many very worthwhile causes. But this is really a special one because when we read the reasons why the community and the councilmen were requesting that we rename this park, we realized that Officer Brown was really exemplified what we have in our mission statement, which is to keep the park safe for the community. That's one of the main goals of our mission statement. And by his devotion to this community, and particularly to this park, he really showed that he deserved to have this park named after him. And in doing so, in memorializing him, we're also honoring all of the officers in blue who keep our park safe. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to the family for sharing this day with us. And thank you all to the community for bringing this to our attention so that we could have this special day. Thank you.
Next, it's now time for some community, because community is what makes areas great. And by the way, I'm excited to be back in this community. I was a neighborhood prosecutor assigned to represent this area, and I even overlapped a little bit, as Kristine and I were figuring out, with Sean while he was at Foothill for a short period of time. So excited to be here. So we could not get these things done without our community supporters, and representing the Canoga Park West Hills Chamber of Commerce and the Valley Cultural Foundation, a park proud supporter of our parks, Joellen Ammann. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Most people call me Jolene. Hi. I'm really impressed he said my name right. I had to put mine down on paper because I'll start crying. Good afternoon. My name is Joellen Ammann, and I'm the Community Relations Director for the Canoga Park West Hills Chamber of Commerce, as well as the Executive Director for the Valley Cultural Foundation. I would like to thank a few people who made today possible. I'd like to thank Councilman Lee and his staff, Mirka and Matthew. They were amazing through this whole process. I'd like to thank Rick and Parks for their patience, their kindness, their tolerance, and all of the direction that they gave me so we could assure that this happened. I would like to to thank our West Hills Neighborhood Council and the West Hills community for getting behind such a great cause. When I started this process about a month after Sean passed, and I started walking the streets and getting signatures, 99% of the community was all for this. 99, where can I sign up? People is, 3 miles away in the tip part of West Hills, I'll sign the petition, I'll sign the petition. It really is a community event, and Sean really was a community police officer. This area is known as A1 in Topanga Division. A1 was Slow Sean Brown's area. He would patrol this park weekly, if not daily. On many occasions, there would be tents in the far back off to the park up against the residents' walls, and there would be motorhomes lining the street, broken down or illegally parked. There was a kid, one afternoon, there was a kid named Cody that Sean came across who was living in the tent, and he kept coming back and Cody wasn't in this tent. Finally, one day, Sean met up with Cody and asked his story. And after hearing it, Sean gave me a call and said, this kid Cody really wants help, can you help me? So I came down here and I met Sean and Cody, and with my connections, we were able to get Cody into Tarzana Treatment Center, into a detox, and then residential. And I spoke to Cody last week, and Cody is still sober. And he went back to Indiana with his family after he spent a year in treatment here. There was another instance where there was a motorhome parked here, and they ended up parking here and then moving and parking here, and Sean was kind of following them around, and there was 2 people in it, Michelle and Adam, and same situation. He talked to them. He asked them if he wanted help. He said he believed them, so he called me up, and I met with them, and we were able to take Michelle and Adam and get the help that they needed in Tarzana Treatment Center. And Adam didn't stick around, and that's okay. He knows where to go if he needs help, but Michelle did. And as of last week, Michelle had been reunited with her son that she lost when he was 4 years old. And that is just a direct result of Sean Brown coming here, community policing, and trying to be helpful. He offered them help and they took it. And as a result of that, there's a little boy who has his mom, right? She does the work, but without that initial connection, she might not have gotten to where she needed to be. These are just 2 incidents where Sean stepped in and helped out. He truly wanted everyone to get the help they needed. He truly was a community policeman. I'd like to thank Sean's family for sharing such a compassionate, caring man with the community. We never fully understood the sacrifices the LAO family makes. But we do know, we thank you for allowing your family member to come out and protect our family. Sean, you're missed around here, but it's your park now, and I promise to check it often, offering to help those who need it, just like you did. Thank you so much, Kristine, and your family for sharing your husband with us. And this is for Sean's fault.
Thank you so much, Joellen, for those lovely remarks. Now it's my honor to introduce, representing all of the officers here today, Sergeant Amy Schneider, who worked very closely with Sean and wants to offer some words on behalf of the department.
Just gonna bring this down to my level here. All right, good morning, everybody. It most certainly is my pleasure to have the opportunity to speak here today on behalf of the Topanga police community and family. I had the honor of working with Sean and continue to be impressed by the impact he made on his fellow officers and the community he served as one of the founding members of Topanga and as a senior lead officer. Renaming the park after him surely required the support of this amazing community and a great effort by so many, which is a testament to what a wonderful man Sean was and how many people he touched. I would like to thank each and every one of you on behalf of Topanga, with a special thank you to the Chamber of Commerce, Recreation and Parks, and Council District 12. Thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you, Sergeant Schneider. And we are going to hear from our final speaker, but the most important speaker today, representing her family. I would like to introduce Kristine Brown.
I don't know about the most important, but I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming today. I want to thank all of the parties that were involved in making this park renaming happen and for making today's event happen. My family and I are very honored that this park was named after Sean, and we now have a place we can come just to have a moment of peace. And it's a really, like, I came out and I walked it, and it's a very beautiful park, and it's very peaceful. I climbed up to the top of the hill, and I'm not gonna lie, I was huffing and puffing. It was pretty steep. And then I just kind of looked around up there and sat and enjoyed it, and you could hear the wind rustling through the trees, and it was just very peaceful. And I think that I know why Sean would come out here and sometimes and enjoy his lunch. And I think that this would be a great place that he would love to just come bring a book and read and enjoy some peace. So I think that this is a perfect place to keep a memory of him. And I just appreciate you all coming today. And sorry, I'm getting teary, but thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much, Kristine, and a good reminder that to protect and to serve can be done from many forms and in many areas. And so I think the legacy of your husband and your father is going to shine down from above for many years to come on this beautiful park. So at this time, I'm going to welcome back Councilmember Lee, who's going to lead us with the family and the speakers today in unveiling our sign and doing a cutting and some pictures. So
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
What are we looking for?
That's a really nice picture. That's a really nice picture.
Their public safety.